Hey there, Chris with Patch. I'm here with Marietta Mayor Josh Schlicher. We're going over what's going on in Marietta this week. So what do we have going on?
Oh,
It's exciting
a lot
this
of
week.
a lot of preparations for Memorial Day weekend.
Okay.
And the start of the summer and kick off of the Aquatic Center. That's going to open up on Saturday the 29th. And we're making final preparations for that, but everything's in pretty good order. And did like I said before, we've done a lot of work there. And
Looking good?
everything's looking good. We're real pleased with the results. And so we're looking for a good year there, and hope the weather holds out. Turns out to be a good year.
Absolutely, yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
You said there's some going on 7th and Putnam?
Yeah, last year we demoed a building down there that was an eyesore, was a safety concern. It was actually threatening our sewer system that's there close by. And so this year we're looking at finishing that, getting that all cleaned up. Main hurdles have been environmental issues. We've got that straightened out, and then coming up with the funds to do it. The city purchased that property last year, so we own it, and just getting the money in place to do the final remediation and get it cleaned up. And
Are you going to try to like sell it after you get it all?
no, it's going to be a perpetual green space.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're going to make it a...
Yeah, it'll be just a little park area,
like a
park
little
ed.
addition to the city.
Right.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice.
We're going to try to make it where it kind of blends in with the college, what they've done across the street, and it's going to be a welcoming area for historic downtown.
Okay,
And
all right.
There'll be a sign there, bench, trash can, and the normal little park setting. But yeah, so we're looking forward to getting that completely cleaned up, get the fence out of there, get the safety issues under control, and taken care of. So yep, that's going to be happening soon.
Okay, and all-out rollout is continuing. Right?
Yeah, all-out rollout.
What streets are we looking at this week?
We're primarily downtown. We're doing work on 2nd Street. We're doing some grinding and patchwork there. Street crosswalk painting, line painting, sign replacement. We're actually getting ready to start installing all the new bike racks downtown. There's almost 50 of those that are getting put in.
50?
Yeah.
Oh wow, they're going to be everywhere.
They're going to be everywhere, yeah. Those were paid for by a grant through Marietta Main Street.
Okay.
We're doing the installation, but yeah, they're going to be placed in strategic locations for bike traffic, and we have to balance it out between pedestrians, bicyclists, and the parking,
Right.
and also the street furniture and trees and landscaping. So in between all that, we've had a meeting today and tried to space those out appropriately, and so we're looking forward to that, getting that done. Yeah, like I said, just downtown, we're bringing all the signage up to current standards. There's a lot of it that's old and faded and not acceptable anymore, so a lot of that work. We're going to be doing tree trimming this week. There's some weed removal. The fountain is back in running order from
That's
our
good to
last
hear.
discussion with the bubbles and soap, and so and then there's still going to be projects that we have to do. One's behind the armory, get that seed and straw just to hold it for now, and then parking lots, we're working with the contractor to finalize all that, get those all sealed and restriped, and putting up new signage, new lighting, and new landscaping, like I said before, on all those. So a lot of continuing projects there.
Okay.
We've got going on.
And you said something about signals. You guys are changed up some signals here in town?
Right. Yeah. The public's probably aware if they've traveled 2nd Street or Scammell Street. We removed that signal completely about a month ago or so. And then today, the same contractor that's doing all the signal work in town, with the upgrading, removed the signal at Market and Franklin Street, and then put up the new beacons that are there. So it's an all red stop.
Four-way red flashing.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then took the ped heads down and all the other equipment. So it's down to the how it's going to be from now on.
Okay. It's going to stay like that.
It's going to stay like that. Now we have a lot of improvements to make as far as paint, new crossings, and all that on the surface.
Right.
The signal's how it's gonna be from now on, which is an all red four-way stop. And, it's gonna be safer than a red, yellow, green intersection. National federal standards look at that as being more safe because it forces everybody to make a stop.
Okay.
Whereas before you got people trying to run red lights
Sure.
and yellow lights.
Okay.
So
there's like a traffic study done or something, I'm
Right.
guessing. Okay.
Yeah, we had a traffic study done. Anytime you can make a four-way stop, it's safer than and a lot of people would think opposite, but it's safer than
it does make sense
an
when you put it
operational
that way.
setting. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, and there'll be more, like I said, painting done on the road. There'll be crosswalks put in, traffic calming areas, and extending the yellow lines for sight distances. And we've trimmed back the trees. We took a huge amount of trees out of that intersection just to get it safer and widen it out
Mm-hmm.
and make it visibility better. So.
Okay. Gotcha. And you said there were some committees you wanted to announce. Commissions,
Yeah.
committees? Is
Yeah,
that right?
the city's fortunate, we have a really active tree commission, traffic commission, health board, but we are looking for some members. There's some commissions and boards that are, right now deficient in members.
And which
we'd like
ones
to
would
bring-
those be?
The Fair Housing Board is the critical
Fair
one right
housing?
now, yeah.
Okay.
And we're looking for any volunteers that would like to join the Fair Housing Board. And it's appointed by the mayor, and at this point, anybody that's interested in serving on that board could contact me.
And what does it entail if you were to serve on that board? What does that mean for you?
Well, the Fair Housing Board works through the development office, and mainly what they hear are tenant landlord disputes, discrimination disputes, anything that has to do with any of that type dispute.
Are there a lot of hours that?
No, they meet monthly, although they haven't been meeting because they don't have a quorum.
Right.
So we do have 2 members on the board right now. It's a 5-member board. We still have 2 members. So I'm looking to fill that with 3 more members and then appoint a chairman to the board.
Gotcha.
But mainly what it is just being a board that hears those issues and concerns and tries to resolve them.
Is it a paid position or?
No, it's
Okay.
not a paid, it's all volunteer. So really, it's not a huge commitment, but it's
So it's once monthly, you meet and you try to resolve some.
right. And there may be times where there isn't a dispute to resolve, so
Right.
then they don't even meet. But yeah, it's a needed position, but it's a volunteer position. It's unpaid, but it's an important position that we haven't been able to fill.
Okay.
Lately, so I want to make that
Yeah, I'll put that out there.
known to everybody.
And so if somebody's interested, just reach out to your office?
Yeah, they can
Okay.
just call me. Yeah, that would be great.
And are there any other committees or commissions that you need?
Yeah, there's a few. There's always the tree commission. We've had a few members express that they might be leaving, so there's a need for a few members there. There's also some committees that are not very active. One is the recreation committee, and I'd like to get that back up and running. So the best thing would be, if you're interested in serving on any kind of commission, just get a hold of me, and I can.
Yeah. Is it on the city's website?
Yeah, they're actually listed.
Perfect.
Yeah, so if they
Okay.
go on, yeah.
So the recreation, the fair housing board, and the tree commission are the 3 that you need people for right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then, the traffic commission has a full plate, I believe. And then I'm looking for 1 member for the Marietta Belpre City Health Board. And the way that board is set up, there's members that are appointed by the Marietta Mayor, and there's members appointed by the Belpre Mayor. And right now I have 1 member that wishes to leave the board,
Right.
but will not do so until we find a replacement. So I'd like to find somebody that wants to serve on the health board.
Okay.
Medical background's great. If you're, nurse or worked in the medical field,
Right.
is a great background. Not required, but definitely if you have that background, if you're retired and,
Right.
and you want to just serve on the board and
Once a
and
month,
advise.
something like
Yeah,
that.
it's a monthly board meeting.
Okay.
And yeah, because right now the way it's set up, the Marietta Belpre Health Department is operated and regulated by the health board, and we serve both the city of Marietta and the city of Belpre.
I see.
So it's a dual city health board.
Okay.
And
So I think that takes care of the new business. So just the old things that are continuing projects, still working on the water treatment.
yeah, we finally got we got a schedule for that. It's pretty in depth.
Yeah, I see
But
that.
yeah, we got everything from design all the way through. The project's probably going to be pushed back 4 months. We were
Okay.
going to try to get that underway in January of next year. It's probably going to be April before it's started. We've had some right-of-way issues with the discharge line and some other issues pop up, and some changes in design. So, which is not uncommon for a $20 million project to push it back a little
Right.
bit. We want to get it right. We want to make sure what we're building fits Marietta, fits the needs for the future, fits our plan to deliver the highest quality water that is possible. And that's our plan with the reverse osmosis system.
Mhm.
And it's a design that not only we're going to produce excellent water quality, but we can then add on to it if we need to for future growth or future flow if that becomes needed. So it's kind of it's a custom built plant, but it's one of those where it's easy to add on down the road, and the way the equipment's structured, it's an easy add-on.
Okay.
Easy being you don't have to construct a whole another big building and duplicate the thing. Just add a new line of equipment to it. So they're versatile, and also we're going to get away from the soda and lime treatment that we do now, or the softening process that we do now, and go with this.
And it's going to be softer water?
Well, the reverse osmosis system is completely different than what we do now. We primarily extract water from the aquifer and take it to the plant, and then we soften it through lime and soda ash process, and then we add chemicals to it, fluoride, and there's a whole other list of items that we add. Some of them I can't even pronounce, and then we put that out into our distribution system. We have in reserve about roughly 9 million gallons of water within our system. Our daily consumption's about 2.6 to 2.8 million gallons a day. So we're looking at, and the way we treat it now is a totally different process than reverse osmosis, where you actually force water through a membrane and treat it that way.
Okay.
So it takes out a lot of the contaminants and everything. So the water that we get out of our aquifer is a fairly clean water. We just put it through additional treatment and process it. But it is fairly clean water. And we have a water treatment plant that is EPA regulated. We have a team up there that's because it's manned 24 hours a day.
Okay. Yeah.
A team up there that's highly qualified to run it. But we're just looking at a total redo on the whole entire plant.
Gotcha. And that's just ongoing, and you just constantly making upgrades and.
Right. Yeah. It's the plant was built in the 40s, and it's an old. And then there's actually two different plants. One was built in the 70s to accommodate some additional growth in Marietta, and they needed more flow.
Okay.
And so it's just a different system that we're putting in, and the customers are going to just they're not gonna notice much when they turn the spigot on, but it's gonna be,
Right.
the way we treat the water is gonna be totally different, more efficient, and just a different process that we can eliminate a lot of the old, because our plants are getting to the point where they need a lot of work. There's no point in investing all that money into older plants that don't meet,
Yeah.
the current standards
Sure.
that we need. So it made more sense financially to scrap the old plants and build a new plant. So we've supported that, and we're moving forward with that. And so yeah, it's a good ongoing project.
Okay, and we had some blight projects you guys are continuing to.
Yeah, there's always that. Yeah, we're dealing with calls right now, with tall grass. We get calls for trash, we get calls for junk cars, an abundance amount of personal belongings on porches and garages and yards and, alleyways, and, so well, that's gonna lead us into the cleanup effort that we're gonna be sponsoring. So that's coming out in June, and the dates are June 11th and June 12th. And then on June 25th and 26th, and those will be from 8 a.m. to 3:30 on both days. Those are gonna be at Jackson Park. And we're going to have that manned. So you have to show, when you come in to dispose of anything, you have to show a residency proof.
Okay.
So it's open to all city residents, but it's not open to everybody in Washington County and neighboring cities. So we want to do everything we can to accommodate all of our citizens. But last year we tried it, and it got to the point where it was out of control.
Right.
And we had everybody and their brother from all over using us for a dump site, and we just can't absorb that cost, and we couldn't dispose of it quick enough there at the end. So
okay.
this is going to be controlled. It'll be locked up at night, and it'll be personally manned during those operation hours. But anybody and everybody that lives in the city is encouraged to round up anything you got, on your porch and backyard and garage, and bring it in.
Okay.
Hazardous items are not allowed, but there's a huge list of accepted items. But, mainly no tires and batteries and paint and liquids and all that stuff. But anything as far as just trash and appliances are allowed. So if you got old TVs and computers and this and that, you can dispose of those. But don't bring in your hazardous waste and being paints and liquids and things like that. There'll be another drive for that, hopefully. County's doing some of that, so there'll be time for them to get rid of those items as well.
Okay, perfect. And I think the only things we have left are just the Memorial Day preparations. That's ongoing, getting the parks, the cemeteries all up to snuff.
Right, yeah, we're getting everything to the level that we wanted. Everything will be mowed, trimmed, cleaned up in the cemeteries, the gateways into town. We're mowing those and trimming those up, spraying guardrails and with weed control. So yeah, we want everybody to come out and enjoy the parade. The Memorial Day parade starts Monday morning at 8 o'clock, the one that's on the west side, and then at 10 o'clock on the east side. And that'll go from the park up to Oak Grove Cemetery for a ceremony up there.
Okay.
So yeah, Oak Grove Cemetery will be all manicured and looking pretty good for that weekend. I've got new flagpoles and really making sure everything's in good shape. And so yeah, between that and the Aquatic Center and family picnics, and hopefully the weather's good.
Yes.
Everybody can enjoy it.
Fingers crossed.
That's right.
All right. Well, I think that's all.
Okay.
All right.
Appreciate
Thanks so
you
much,
coming in.
Grant.
Yep, thank you.